Sigma.
Gotta get those levels right.
I'm a Sigma. I go out. I don't even.
Here we go.
Man Swoo.
Oh, fuck, blew it. Ready?
Man Swoo. Man Swoo.
This time. Third time lucky. Go.
Man Swoo.
What?
Should. Hey, apologies to all of our listeners, our avid listeners. We know who you are, and you know who we are. We are the Man Swoo boys, and we're back after a 3 to 4 week hiatus, aren't we? Just
Yeah. Oh,
yeah? Question mark? Yeah? Question mark?
yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to get some guests on here. People are getting fucking bored with us two drones, eh?
Do you know what? I give zero fucks about that. That's my thoughts on that.
It's best not to give any fucks. And in fact, saw a very cool post of a kneeboarder not giving any fucks in the Mentawis. I don't know.
Tell me more about this.
I don't know. It was just this kneeboarder. He was like in his 60s, absolutely ripping, wearing Speedos and getting piped off his cone. And the caption said, Pete doesn't have any fucks left to give.
I love that. Fucking wish I could see that video. That sounds amazing.
I'll see if I can find it out. It's fucking sick.
Jamie, pull that up, Hodjo. Pull that up, mate. That sounds like fucking a good time.
Right,
Yeah,
so I'm really excited to shit on Raro.
Let's just start off with that, mate. Let's get right into it. You have been on a bit of a midwinter New Zealand, shall I say, cliche at the current time. Getaway in Rarotonga. First question from me is, was it super busy with heaps of Kiwis?
It's packed, eh?
Yeah, I was going to say, that's where I am going to hold off. I'm going to go next year with Addison, my daughter. And you, what? So it was fully packed. Yuck.
Don't go, bro. Like, so
here we go. Here's Nego. Let's go, Negatron. Let's do this.
I just need to unload, eh? I just need to unload.
This is it. I want you to vent it out, Sonny. Just let it loose. Get all of that pent up skunkiness out of your system, son.
So fucking look.
Right.
I got to experience code dead.
That's good. Code dead. But literally code red, the swell that hit Chopes, was when you were there, right?
Yeah, and it hit us too.
But it didn't?
I saw the biggest waves of my life, right?
Oh,
yeah. No, I saw the biggest waves I've ever seen in my life.
Oh.
In fact, we got one on film on Brooksy's drone. That was quite funny. We were flying the drone at one of those beachfront bars, and the owner came out. It's like, "You don't have my permission to fly your drone."
What? Really?
Like, steady on, mate. But there were 20, 30-foot waves.
Oh, what side? What side? Sales side was it, or
no? On the south side, on the Rarotongan resort side.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Right.
Yeah.
So
that's a legit break at the Rarotongan resort there.
I know, bro. I know. I've seen it. I've seen it breaking once before. It was only like 1 to 2 feet. And I was like, holy, this is a nice, lengthy little ride going on there. Question. Second question. Oh, you're a little topsy-turvy. That's better. I want to see your face. I want to see that face. Second Rarotonga question is, my brain thinks when there's a code red swell and Chopes that some part of the island has got to be catching swell. You've just confirmed that. So what happened was, did the winds not line up? Was it too big? Because surely you're on a fucking island. Some nook or cranny has got to have something going good. Tell me more.
Basically, so the 11 days, and the day before I went, the 2 days before we went, the forecast was looking incredible. Like southwest swell, which is perfect for Rutaki and like I think pretty good for socials as well. Oh, I don't know if it's great for socials. I think it's okay for socials. And then like, you know, a mix of southeast and northeast winds, which is a good mix between socials and Rutaki. I was really pumped. And then maybe about like literally 12 hours before we got on the plane, I just saw the forecast just because I got the extended forecast for the trip. I just saw it just go east southeast for 12 days straight. Okay. And it was just saying 1 to 2 foot and maybe 3 foot of socials for that entire time. And I was like, I feel like I need to cancel my trip because I know what I'm in for. I know I'm just like, I'm fucked. And so I was just like, I'm just going to go. I'll just go anyway. But I just lost all amp to go. And then we got there and we actually got some fun little socials waves, like in the first few days, just like 1 to 2 foot fun lefts. You know, it's doing the socials thing, that cool little side wave into the wedge. I was playing around with my new GoPro, got a bunch of cool clips and thing because it was so shallow and clear. You know, it was a cool novelty. After fucking 11, 12 days of that, you've had a guts full. But then the real shit in the cereal hit on the 5th or 6th day. Just really plonked out, you know, straight in my cereal bowl. And so magic seaweed, every fucking thing, every forecasting thing is telling you east southeast, which is perfect offshore socials.
Yeah.
But no matter what, from the 5th, I think it was from the 5th to the 6th day to the last day we were there, it went northeast.
So side shore
socials. Okay.
Oh no.
And then the wind would like turn around for maybe like 20 minutes to southeast. It would start getting really fun and then just go back and just chop.
No. So did you go to the other side of the island to have a look around?
Oh yeah, but because it was easterly, you know, on the Muri side on the east side, because it's easterly, it's just howling onshore. You know, it's just unsurfable slop.
But going back to what you're saying, when you saw the biggest waves you've ever seen, was there nowhere around there where you could have got a wave?
No. So the problem was that side of the island, from like the Rarotongan up to maybe Edgewater, was perfectly offshore. But then we got the code red swell, and because it was southeast swell, it was just closing out every single wave. So like Edgewater was shithouse. There's schoolyards there that was unsurfable. And then we saw the biggest, craziest waves that we've ever seen in front of the Rarotongan. And like we just filmed them with a drone, but they weren't makeable. And it's fucking 20 foot. I'm too fat to be surfing 20 foot fucking waves. I'm not Matahi goddamn Drollet or whatever his name is.
Drolet.
Drolet. And so it was, we got one, we managed to sneak one morning in at Rutaki. Like it calmed down one morning, and then me and Brooksy paddled out. But because it was southeast swell, it was closing out, you know, the keyhole there.
Oh, damn it. Yeah.
And so you had to just pick the perfect ones that just came in quite short. And it was solid. It was like 3 to 4 foot. It was fun. We got some pipes, but it was just like, it lasted an hour and a half and then it went cross shore. It was literally, we paddled out at dawn, like as the sun was coming up, you know? And so we got some like fun waves on that, and it was going to pump because the swell was tightening up. And then as soon as the swell started tightening up, fucking wind went to shit.
Oh, man. So
I've never been more skunked. Like, I just had enough, eh? I'd paddle out of socials like every day because there's nothing else to do. And I'd just be like, oh, this is fucked.
Oh, dude.
And Brooksy sorry, well, just Brooksy was trying really hard to stay positive, right?
Yeah. Were you bringing him down? Were you
Oh, so
Nigel
over it.
Neg?
We're calling each other
Oh.
pea hearts, fucking having blow ups.
Oh,
Just
no.
Oh, mate. It was
It was a tough trip.
Yeah.
Could you not just, yeah, I suppose if I put myself in your shoes, like, yeah, you'd want to get at least 1 or 2 decent surfs under your belt. And then if the rest of the trip is shit, then you can just sort of relax and be like, okay, at least I've had some good waves. But for you, you'd be eggy the whole fucking trip. Like, oh no, I'm going to get skunked this whole fucking time. And then you did. But like, I'm just thinking, fuck, couldn't you have just like enjoyed the island lifestyle? Just go snorkeling and do touristy shit and just relax, or nah?
Well, we did.
Because it was a surf trip. Did you just get neggy?
No, we actually had a good time. It just just left a sour taste in your mouth because you go there you give yourself 11 days. Like, this is my 5th trip to Rara, and I've scored, and I've been spoiled every time. You know what I mean? Like every trip. Like my last trip in 2016, I didn't even surf socials. I only surfed Rutaki for 11 days or 10 days. And it was pumping. You know, and it wins, like, it was so spoiled. We were just so spoiled. So, like, and then the other trips, I've got really good Rutaki. Oh, yeah. I've just got,
Yeah, I've been really blessed when I've gone, because I've had a multitude of different waves around the island. I've surfed, I'd say probably at least 8 different waves, and they've all had some amazing, like, just amazing moments. Like, I've had big socials where it was like crazy, like just so much adrenaline. I've had big Rutaks. I've had fun as fuck Edgewater. Like, oh my God, that place is so much fun. I've surfed schoolies. I've surfed other secret ones. I've surfed sails. I've surfed, what is that wave called right at the end of the island? But I don't know my north and souths, but it's that one where there's like a little wee rock outcrop right out front, which is like a left and right, and then you look over and there's like a right-hander off a shelf. What's that called?
Avana.
Yeah, that's it. You got it. Mate, it's been a while, you fuckhead. Don't give me that fucking look, son. I haven't been there since bloody God knows how long. Right.
You got drink it again.
Only because you patronized me, mate. Yeah. Fuck. Wow. Skunk Fest, man. That's so funny for me.
and then you see all of this footage start rolling in on the internet. And you just like, I was saying to Sam, like, what the cloud break, Chopes,
man.
Hawaii, California, Mexico.
Everywhere but Raro, but no, it hit Raro, but you just didn't know where to go, eh?
Oh yeah, mate. I didn't know where to go on the 30s fucking kilometer island.
That's all right, mate. Like you'll learn eventually. Maybe on your 6th or 7th trip, you'll know. Yeah, you'll know where to go. I reckon. Yeah, you'll work it out. Oh, good. Hey, it takes a big man to admit that. You'll work it out, mate.
Oh, I'll work it out. Yeah, I just didn't know where to go. I tell you what, if you were there,
work it out.
If you were there, you wouldn't have worked it out either.
Nah, mate. Hey, look, I would have followed me nose, me big nose.
Yeah.
I would have followed me big nose and said, "Hey, look at this near, boys. Just don't think about all the knowledge that you've learnt before. Just follow Jolsy's intuition, and we'll get a good spot. We'll find a fucking little nook and a cranny.
Yeah.
Somewhere you've never surfed before. You know, just get off the beaten track, mate. You know, come on. Figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Oh, I wish you'd grow up a little bit, eh? Just wish you'd grow up a little bit.
Mate, it was fucking rough.
Good trip, eh? Good blow of the old savings account, eh? Good blow up of the old savings account. Old Sophie would have been stoked when you come home and she's like, "How's your trip, babe?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's fucking shit." She'll be like, oh, okay. So anyway, here's our child that you've neglected for 11 days. I'm off. See ya.
Yeah. I'm sick. You got to look after the cat as well now.
Oh, can you imagine that? Poor Soph be like, fuck, this cunt's come back all neggy and sick. I'm out of this.
I was so pumped to come home. And the other thing, honestly, is that COVID has hit Raro like a fucking ton of bricks. The people weren't like, you could tell that the locals just weren't doing well. Majority of them.
Okay, right.
You're like, they just didn't really want you there, even though they needed you there. They didn't really want you there.
Oh, they probably felt like, hey, we are this little oasis over here, and these cunts are going to fucking give us all these viruses, eh?
Yeah, I think the country was pretty much locked up for 2 years, right? And they obviously, did it tough in terms of employment and things with the resorts and everything closing. But I think that they just might have seen like, we don't have to. I was talking to a couple, like, just, and they were just like, it was great. It was so quiet. It was very peaceful. There was no traffic,
Man.
and like I just felt very unwelcoming.
It's a shame. Can you imagine living there, eh? Like when it was all in lockdown, that would have been so cool, man. Like no traveling boogie boarders from anywhere, just you and the locals, just scoring all these uncrowded waves. Fuck, it would have been bliss.
Brooksy was talking to Eric.
Oh yeah, Harrow's old gammies.
Oh, I didn't end up talking to him, but Sam did. And Eric said,
"How's it been?"
He said it's been one of the worst winters. In terms of waves ever. There.
Oh, just for this one that's just been.
Yeah, the one we're in now. Like you said, it's just been like the only place I've surfed is Socials. It's just been, and that's been really average to what Socials can do. I think because we've had such a cold and wet winter here, and it's just driven up these like southerly systems that just fuck up the wind, fuck up the swell, and it's like because it seems to veer to the southeast rather than the southwest, and none of those, and then you combine that with like northeast winds or easterly winds, it just seems to fuck it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't honestly, dude. I think I've been there 5 times.
Actually three times.
No, literally, I've been in. Fuck you. I've been in 2008, 2010, 20.
Here we go. It's actually 4.
It's actually 4.
I fucking knew it. The embellisher strikes again.
I just got 2016, and then this trip's 4 times.
I knew it, cunt. I fucking knew it. I can smell it.
I just wanted to get it.
Nah, mate. It's what you do. It's just funny to me. It's funny to me.
Oh, I'm getting hot and angry.
Excellent.
Top off.
Excellent. This is gonna be a good potty. It's a trigger fest. It's a full trigger fest. 7 to 8 foot Socials. Really, it's 2 to 4. Been to Raro 17 times. Really, it's only 7.
I should have come home with stories like, I got like 20 foot fucking Rarotongan charged.
Yeah, mate. I wouldn't have. Like, when I come back from Raro, I definitely embellish. I tell everyone at least 1 or 2 feet bigger, fucking pumping waves. Hey. Oi, can we segue into that?
No, wait.
Sorry, you haven't finished. No, please carry on. Oh.
I did have some fucking cool. I went to the museum there.
Carry on. There's a fucking museum.
Chats. Yeah, there's a museum. I think it's new or some shit. But I had these epic chats with the museum curator about the 7 waka that took off to Aotearoa.
Bro, I know all about this. Please explain to the people though.
I'm explaining it to the people. I'm not fucking
good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't even care now.
I'm just being a cunt. No, I love the story. It's really cool. Please talk about it. Let's go.
Oh, so Barry's jumped on the boat with Zil.
that's the short version. Some fucking Cook Island Maoris jumped on some fucking boats and they went down south and fucking found New Zealand.
And they go, bloody hell, that's New Zealand. Let's
Fucking it's a fucking big white cloud up here. I'll call this place fucking land of the long white cloud.
Aotearoa.
Yeah, Aotearoa. We'll settle in here, eh? It's fucking beautiful. Beautiful food around here.
For the audience, not just you drone. You're like, oh, I know this.
I thought you were trying to educate me, mate. I was like, come on, mate. I wrote the book on this.
You're a rabbit.
I have actually got Cook Island Māori blood in me. You know that, eh?
No, I don't know that, Joel.
Really?
No.
Oh, fuck. That's weird. Because it's not true.
Yeah, so anyway, it was very cool to learn about the origins and the launching site, all those sort of things of, the bros jumping on boats. And so the old mate was telling me they still do that. They still do it every now and again when the currents and the tides align and everything like that, the right type of year on the traditional craft. And it takes them 18 days.
Did he tell you?
It would take months, like 18 fucking days. It's so quick.
Did he tell? Yeah, that is fucking quick when you think about it, eh?
But yeah, man, that's fucking crazy.
But it takes a week. It takes a week to get to Aussie on a fucking steamboat or a fucking, a normal boat, trawler or something, some or probably even a yacht, I guess. Probably it takes a week. So I guess it's probably not a well, that's probably all relative, isn't it? It's a 3-hour flight. It takes a week on boat, and then it's a 6-hour flight, and it takes 16, 17 days on a Te waka.
On the I don't call it the big waka, with the little house in the fucking middle of that. They're using modern technology like GPS and that sort of shit to back them up. So
that's cheating.
I think they use this as backup if they get in trouble.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
But I still think they use the traditional star finding techniques and everything like that, to keep that
Explain
alive.
Explain that, because I think that's so fucking cool. How they navigate.
Well, they use Matariki, don't they? Isn't it?
I don't know if it's that specific constellation, but yeah, they use the stars to navigate through the oceans. Crazy, eh?
Yeah, it's incredible. Like they were the most advanced ocean-going peoples ever.
They were.
Still, a lot of that was lost during colonization. But there was a cool line the guy told me. He was like, I said they were having some sort of debate at the Cook Islands Parliament about like the maritime expertise of European, maritime people, how they've been doing it for 300 years across the world. And he goes, well, we've been doing it for 5,500 years, bro. So,
shots fired. Shots fired.
But it was cool, like, because it's cool to really understand that, like Aotearoa and all the Pacific Islands were the very last migration of humans. They were the very last places to ever be settled, like 5,500, 4,000 years ago, which is a very short time ago.
Well, that's not technically true, is it? Because the Whiteys came in and settled.
Yeah, what?
The Whiteys came here to settle on New Zealand.
Yeah,
did they not?
The Māoris did it first.
Oh, you didn't say it was the first thing. You just said they were the last to migrate. And I'm saying, well, no, they weren't the last to migrate, were they?
Well, in terms of first discovery, they were, yeah.
Oh no, you didn't say first discovery. You said, you said they were the last to migrate.
Well, migration is still a thing to this day, right?
Exactly.
But I'm talking about the the first settlement, or the first discoveries, first settlements of places, and so Polynesia, Oceania was the last place to be settled in the world.
Yeah, cool. Have you ever heard of any of the conspiracy theories about the first settlers to New Zealand? Have you ever heard any of those rabbit holes? Or been down any of those rabbit holes?
I saw one that was quite interesting. I can't quite remember the top.
You give me some.
Okay,
But can
yeah,
I?
so-
But before we go into that, I just want
Yeah,
to
it's
say
really cool.
I'm fucking done with Raro. I like the like.
Yeah, let's
Peter,
let's finish that up.
let's tie that bow. Peter's cool. We caught up with Peter down at socials.
Oh,
Cool
cool.
dude.
I love Pete.
Good
He's
chat
awesome.
with him.
He's cool.
We didn't
He's
see any other
he's still
locals.
surfing.
Yep. Yeah. We
Cool.
didn't see any other locals we really knew.
Shout out to Pete. He's a legend.
Yeah, he's cool. But I've been there 8 times, and and I think I've had enough. And so I'm researching my next trip in 2 years.
Here we go. Yeah.
And I want to. I think I want to go to either Mexico, Chopes, or Watukarang. I think it's called.
Maldives.
I think it's in the Maldives. It's that crazy bay with the big cliffs.
Yeah.
Right. And it's got the left-hander, the real slabby left-hander on the one
Oh
side
yeah,
of the
that
bay,
one.
and that
Yeah.
right-hander. I think I'd really like to go there. And I was researching it last night. It looks pretty easy-ish to get to.
Can I just
You gonna
jump in
come?
there? Can I just jump in there? I want to go because I follow Nate Florence on YouTube,
Oh,
and his latest clips where he scores lances, HTs, and all those other crazy right-hand slabs around the corner. That's where I want to go, bro, because you know I love right-handers, and those waves look so good for a bodyboard, bruh.
let's go, mate. I'm keen. Let's go.
Oh my
I was looking that
God.
up too. I was looking up prices for the HT's resort. It's only
Oh.
200 a night. Let's go, mate.
200 a night. That's quite expensive in Indo.
Yeah, but
I'd
for
rather-
all,
I'd rather
it's
spend-
real. It's
Oh,
real
is
nice.
that one person? I'd rather fucking sleep in a shack
Oh.
around the corner with old mate fucking cooking me nasi goreng for 30 a night.
Well,
I
I'm
ain't-
too
no, I
fat and old for that, eh?
Yeah, I'm not. I want to go.
All right, I'll stay at the resort. You can stay you can stay around the corner, get dingy.
No, I'll take some jabs for that. I'll get the vaccines for that.
Oh, you get the vaccine for that one, yeah. All right.
Well, it's tried and true, mate. It's tried and tested, mate.
true.
Tried and true. Oh, actually, and go back to Raro. They're quite strict with the vacos, eh? You got to get the vackies to get in, or is it?
Oh, they were fucking pretty mellow.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, they didn't want you there the other way. Like they were just so so rude.
but
They just did. Anyway, what were you
But
going to
the-
tell me about these Aotearoa conspiracies? I don't.
no, I want to go back to the Raro thing. So, did you, when you got into the country, did you have to have your vaccine passport to get into the country?
Yes.
Ah, yes.
No.
Oh,
No.
oh, because I remember when I
had
was
to do it at New Zealand Customs. leaving
to leave.
Auckland. Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking weird. What, can you not leave New Zealand without a vaccine passport?
I don't.
Or is it
think
just for certain
so.
countries?
Might be for certain countries.
Yeah, because I am going to go to Australia in December.
I think it should be pretty easy to get an exemption now.
An exemption?
Yeah.
I doubt it. I fucking doubt that, mate. Any exemption is hard work to get with regards to vaccina. Vaccina, ex machina.
I miss Joel and Tim as well. Like I haven't listened to the guys in a few weeks.
Oh,
I've
it's
just
been great. It's been great. Shout out to the boys, the J and T show. So fuck, they've had some good rants. Just
Oh, they're
such
great.
good listening. Such good listening. I
Those
could
boys are
listen to
just
them.
really hitting their straps, eh?
I could listen to them every day, every day. And I do contribute to them via Patreon with my $5 Cobden contribution.
Hey,
What?
do you know what I was thinking? We should set up our own Patreon, right?
Yeah.
And we call it so we could have the different type of conditions at Blaketown. So 3 tiers. Okay.
Okay.
So you can have the tier 1, the $5 tier
yeah.
is North Swell DTB. Okay.
Nice.
Because
nice.
it can be good, but it can be really fat and average too. It can be good, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sort of like me and you, fat and average.
Oh!
Now
Carry on, faggot. Carry on.
tier 2
Rua.
is tier 2 is
You're thinking on the
Out
spot. You haven't prepared
Yeah,
this.
no, but I thought it was a tier 2. I was thinking between bird feeder or out the back.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I'm thinking tier 2 is 6 foot out the back when
Jesus.
it's legit. Okay.
Okay.
You were those. I was actually thinking of those legendary sessions me and you had years ago.
Mm.
You know, we were like screaming cat at each other.
Yeah, that was crazy. Hasn't broken
Half
like
drowning.
hasn't broken like that in so long.
I know.
Yeah.
And then obviously tier 1 has got to be bird feeder corner.
Oh, that's cool.
Bird,
Yeah, I have different tiers for you. If I was going to put it in the Blaketown tier bracket, I kind of like what you started with. Definitely the shittest tier would have to be some faggoty Northwell for sure. Definitely like down the beach, Rizzo's Peak, Tez's Peak, like that fucking left-hander / right-hander, only good for drop knee really. That would be the basic $5 tier. The $10 tier, I reckon, would be Shories, Blaketown Shories, summertime. Like
that's fair.
2.5 foot Shory bank, and then the top tier, maybe $20 would be for me. It's corner bank where the old building was, so not bird feeder, but down by just further out from the low tide jump rock spot. That would be my alpha tier, if you know what I mean.
Okay, can I rejig my?
Of course
corner,
you
please?
can, mate. Of course
All
you
right,
can.
so tier 3 is obviously fucking Northwell pass.
Yeah.
Okay, and then tier 2 is bird feeder linking with Shory.
Oh, yeah, that's like, God, that's almost like tier A. That's such a dream, when you get, they're so rare, those banks, man.
When that happens,
oh my God.
And then, but I actually
So
think my
good.
best memories at Blakehouse is exactly what you're talking about. Corner by the old building / Buck Rock. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you get a pipe, you come back around the rip, you yell at the boys, pull your pants down.
Yeah.
And then
get your dick out.
You get your dick out.
Yeah.
And people can throw beers at you on the channel.
Yes, so good. And then also with that corner bank, you sometimes can fluke the link up through to the first peak. You get that extra special wedge, that double wedges, and you get the full pipe in the corner, and then you come out and you do a half turn. You're like, oh fuck, here we go, round 2, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
those are rare, but I think my favorite link up is definitely bird feeder wedge into Shory.
Oh God, it's so good.
Yeah.
So
What's your $50 tier?
See, now I've been thinking about this because Joel and Tim have taken the lead on the Patreon thing, and I commend them for that. And so they've gone for a 5, 20, and 50, I think, is their denominations. Now I was thinking we could go well under that. I'm a cheap ass.
$1.
I was just thinking like 5, 10, and 20 down the track. Like, I think 50 is an ask, quite a big ask. So I was thinking, drop it down 5, 10, 20. And what I was thinking was, if we do go down this track, because no one wants to see my broken Venetian blinds. That's why I've put up of that fucking that canvas of me. Does that look like I'm going left to you? Is it my goopy footer now, or is that?
Yeah, no, it looks like you're going right.
Oh, good. It must just be my screen.
Yeah.
And we can talk about this too. This is another topic for later. You know what that is?
It's my towel.
It is your towel.
Okay, but I was actually meaning, what do you think my $50? I know what my $50 tier is though. Here's my $50, like actual, like the top tier, like how you articulate what the $50 tier is. Okay,
right.
It is wave traps, 4 to 6 foot wave trap in the middle of summer.
Of course.
Yeah.
4 to 6 foot pumping wave trap from the from like the one that goes all the way past the rocks and then into the poo pipe, like the longest wave trap you can get. Like we're talking 20-second waves, like 2 or 3 sections. You can get barreled for fucking 20 seconds if you want to. Yeah, then yes, $50 for that.
What, a couple of years ago, we nearly got it like that for those sessions. Like it was close to that. It was, but it was in the middle of winter.
Oh yeah, that was the. Do you know what? It's in my history, thinking back, I don't think there's actually been many summer sessions in the wave trap, and I'm also thinking I know why. It's because of the lack of floods, the lack of rain, isn't it? The floods create the sediment, create the silt, create the shingle that forms the banks. When there's more rain, you get more of that. Summertime, less rain, less chance for wave trap breaking. I am the fucking genius, man.
Oh.
I should be a topographer.
Oh.
That's not the right word, eh? That just talks about maps and stuff.
Maps.
You should know, Doc. Doc, do you remember? Oh, this is another segue. We'll get back to the conspiracies about the first.
Yeah, I've got it noted down. I want to talk about that.
Yeah, but do you remember? Because like Grigsy, old shout out to Gregor Main. Gregor Main. He would always pay you guys out at Christchurch, and then it was always. Oh, I've just totally forgotten what we were just saying.
Did you just have a stroke?
I just did have a stroke. And then he would say, oh, no, we'd say, Doc.
If you go,
two biggest payouts. The two biggest payouts from Cricket Man was Christchurch, Doc.
And then Sophie would start, and I'd want to fight it.
Oh, yeah. No, that got weird. That got weird. He went a bit too far on that one. Hey, weird. You got to learn your boundaries, don't you? And sometimes you need to be told, hey, you went a bit too far, and now I got to bring you back in.
Bring it back. Give me my tail back.
Say that towel. Should we do the towel story now? Okay.
No, wait. I've come up with my $50 tier. You can't use my $50 tier.
Oh, well, you copied me with the North Swell one. Oh no, I actually copied you. Cobden out the back, man, on the
get towed in with the boy.
Nah, fucking Dobbo still waves the top tier, man.
I can actually think of other top tiers, but you can't name them.
Nah. Kororo, mate, where it all began. Kororo Shories. Korora
Shorey.
Me and DeGaldi. Me and DeGooch and Lowy and
17 ciggies with DeGaldi.
Ads. No, DeGaldi didn't smoke back then. No, he was quite straight edge. Oh no, he'd drink heaps of piss like the rest of us, but he was quite straight edge.
I'm in my new house. I haven't done my office yet. I got my new artwork coming up. And,
that's right. You're in your new whare.
Now, hang on.
Exciting.
If we are going to do Patreon, I think it is like probably $1, $3, and $5. To be honest.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I honestly don't think I want to go 5, 20, 50. I reckon we strip it right back because less is more. Like, we don't need we don't need to have Lamborghinis and Porsches. We just want to have a little bit of money to support some new Venetians for me, some posters for you, just to help us with a bit of tech stuff. Hey, like you need a good microphone. I need a new microphone stand because that's broken. You need some kit. But what I was thinking was, bro, and I'm just fleshing this out with you online with our listeners and viewers, is that because what episode are we up to now? Like mid-20s, late 20s. I was thinking once we get to 50, I know that's quite a wee way away. But that might give us a little wee, motivation to do some more because I think our frequency should come up a little bit. Get to 50 and then say, hey, look, guys and girls, we're going to run it free until episode 50. And then after 50, it's going to be, hey, you can't jump in at all unless you pay.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah? Is that a weird idea?
Yeah, I don't like What are we, the fucking All Blacks?
What are you talking about?
No. You got to give it free. It's just, like if
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess I didn't really think that through. I don't mean like no one can listen to it for free. I mean just start. Sorry, yeah, just start the Patreon at episode 50.
Oh yeah, okay. I think.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think? What would be cool if we were ever going to do a Patreon is actually, people can, if on Patreon, I think you can broadcast live. And so if you buy the Patreon, you could just listen to our podcast live, unfiltered.
Yeah,
like, make it roll.
but you can do that on any platform, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you can't on Patreon. You can't. I don't think you can like sort of copy it. Like, it's quite a secured website.
It sounds like they take a wee slice too, which is probably
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we'd ever do it. I think it was.
What do you mean?
Funny.
A Patreon?
Yeah.
No, I think we should, and just make it real cheap, like 1, 2, and 5 or something. 1, 3, and 5, and then like, because really, who's going to give a fuck if someone pays $1 a month, right? Like, like who's going to miss $1, right? But imagine if we actually got like $1,000, like 1,000 people giving us $1 a month. That would be sick. That would give us so much fucking techie shit to buy. It'd be so cool.
Well, I think if we were going to do a Patreon, we have to up our. Well, I think we do it anyway with the free version. Is up our tech and up our our studio spaces.
Nah, mate, I'm not fucking upgrading anything until someone gives me some money. I'm serious, mate. I'm serious, mate. I don't need to fucking upgrade anything. Got a fucking sweet Venetian blind up there. Got sweet towels. Got me fridge over there. Got me cupboards. It's good, mate.
You're dying, are you? I'm dying too. Now, yeah. So, but I think we do keep the $50 tier for 4 to 6 foot wave trap.
Yeah, we're not doing $50, but yeah, I think the top tier. I have to agree with you. I can't go anywhere else, mate.
No, you can't go anywhere else. You got to use that because,
I have to agree with you.
Blaketown, when you live on the coast, Blaketown's yeah.
Bread and butter.
Old faithful bread
and butter.
You're not going to drop everything.
Your wheat bix.
You're just going to turn up when you can. Get out there. She's going to be good. When wave trap turns on, you drop every fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
You drop everything.
Oh yeah.
You stop doing everything in your life. Sorry, kids, don't have them. I'm going to wave trap.
Fuck, I've had some scary moments where there's been a wave trap swell and there's been a bank and I've had to go. Like the work commitment is that heavy that I can't call in sick, like one of those, like a crazy meeting or some sort of presentation and you can't get out of it. And then you've got so much anxiety because you're at work and you're thinking, oh my God, is it breaking? Oh, I'm going to miss out.
Oh, do you remember that? The very last session we had there, when it, like that bonus day, when it
Doc. Yeah.
And I could tell the story now because I don't work for Doc anymore.
Doc.
Like, I was crook as a dog. I had the proper flu. You remember this?
Yes.
I had the proper flu.
Yeah.
You rang me up. It was in the morning, maybe like 9 that morning, and I was
like,
bed.
fucking drop everything.
And as I was in bed, like literally, like on Panadol, you name it, and I was crook as a fucking dog. And you said, okay, it's the tide's dropping, it's about to turn on. When are we going to do this? And I was like, oh mate, I'm sick. And then you like sent me a video, and I was like, holy fucking shit. It was just like Kelly Slater's wave pool.
It was, bro.
And then so remember I turned up at your place. I had to hide my car at your place.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And I had to sit.
I drove you down here
because I was on a sick day, and I was covered in I had 2 masks on. And I remember walking down the rocks, and I was like weak, like.
But the adrenaline would have kicked in. You would have, you were fine. You were fine.
Remember, me and you jumped off at the poo pipe. We paddled out, and we just saw those cylinders just rifling, and we were just like looking at each other, just high five, and we was like, "It's pipe night."
We're the only ones out for ages, dude. It's so crazy.
So ridiculous.
Me and you had some special moments, special
Oh,
moments
yeah.
on that fucking wave chat session.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of special moments, how's your foreskin or lack thereof going these days?
So
No, we have to do a health check. Penis, just say good or bad. Penis.
good.
Losing
Losing the fucking job.
ball sack.
Good. Losing my fucking job.
Slight hesitation there. Overall health.
Been to Raro 7 times.
Mental health.
I tell you what, my mental health, even though I got skunked, I loved the break from gaming, from just reality.
Yeah.
Came back, and I've just really enjoyed being at home. I'm sleeping better. Stoked to be in my new house.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Exciting.
What about you, Joels? Penis check.
Good. Yeah,
Lose
it's
my job.
had a little trim up recently. He's looking mean. Yeah.
Okay. Love life check.
Yeah, good. Yep. Carry on.
Yeah, I am.
Having a wee laugh up. Having a little laugh up.
Bull check.
Balls, scrotum, check.
Yeah.
Good. Always small. Not a big sack. Not a big sack. Can't do much about that. But yeah, they're good. The boys are good. They're good. Looking
Okay.
clean.
Mental health check.
Really good. I've had some great surfs in the last 7 days. I am missing my daughter because she had some extra time with her nana that came over. So her nana Jan and Chris live over in Aussie, and they don't come over very often, and they haven't been over for ages. So they got to spend some time in Christchurch, which means Dad gets put on the fucking back burner for a couple of 2-3 weeks. So that's probably my only mental health and negativity is lack of daughter engagement. But everything else has been sick, bro. I've had some great surfs the last 7 days, and I'm feeling my body's feeling good. I've been going to the gym. I've been swimming. Mental health is actually pretty fucking good.
Thoughts on daughter listening to podcast?
This is interesting. I have told her, which is probably a bad idea because you tell your kids anything and they're probably going to do the opposite, right? So I told her, hey, just don't listen to Dad's podcast. Okay? Don't listen to Dad's podcast. So she probably does. So sorry, Addison. All of it is lies, and this is all a comedy skit. So just so you know, this is all lies.
It's all lies, Addison, and I've been to Raro 17 times.
Yeah, and that's the truth, 17 times. But a funny thing is shout out to my cousins as well, Monty and Oscar, if they're listening. My auntie Amber said to me, weeks back, she said, I hope your daughter doesn't listen to the podcast because Monty was telling me about the danger wank story that you talked about. Do you remember that last chat? Danger wank? And I was cracking up thinking that my 17-year-old cousin just listened to me talk about danger wanks. But that's all a comedic skit. It's not true. It's all just silliness. Just being silly buggers, eh? It's been silly buggers. So shall we have a quick break because I need to go and fill up my vessel. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling sexy in the face. Just need a little beard trim up. I'm feeling good, mate. Feeling sexy. Real sexy. That's such a weird word, eh? Sexy. So sexy. It basically just means sex. Like with a Y, like, it's like just, what does that even mean? I'm sexy. It just means I want to root up. I'm sexy. Should we dive into the rabbit hole that is the conspiracy of the first settlers of New Zealand, Aotearoa?
Can I just say how much I dislike Brendan Shaw?
We've talked about this before. I still like the guy, but I'm really ever since the whole dramas with the whole alleged fucking hey, do you want to give me a blowjob maybe incident?
Walk me to my truck.
yeah.
Have you heard the song for that?
Oh no, I haven't actually. I haven't.
That's so good.
Oh really? Who's doing it? Some rando
on the Reddit. So there's like 80,000 people on the Reddit page that basically just hate. 80,000 people.
Okay. Hodjo, is it more like 40,000?
No. Okay, I'm going to the thing.
Okay, cool.
Verifying.
Just gonna do a fact check with old Hodjo.
Verifying right now. The page has 82.7k homeless cats.
And they're all fucking hating on. Is it cats with KATS? So King and the Sting?
No. Homeless cats.
Oh, okay.
They've made this whole Brendan Shaw language in it because the guy can't speak properly, probably because of like a mix of CTE.
Yeah, but he admits that, and I actually really enjoy that about his chats. Is he will openly say, "Yeah, my CT's not that bad, bro. It's not that bad." Like he admits it. He admits that he's a bit slower, and that's the joke on the King and the Sting. Is like they're all like, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot, man. You're just a dummy," and I think he plays that role kind of good.
The thing is, dude, is that I used to really, I got you onto him.
Used to
really enjoy his podcasts. He was the guy that inspired me to try paleo after talking to you and then seeing that he was doing it, he was in really good shape. This is it
was Jolsey. It was Jolsey who started it. Though,
it was Joles
and then Shorby. Come on, it was Jolsey.
So but in the last few years, the guy has become an arrogant fuckhead. He's pissed. He's pretty much drunk on air every time. He speaks over people. The whole threatening other comedians and taking down the YouTube channels, and like he's just become a piece of shit.
And it is noticeable. It is noticeable his drinking. I watched one the other day, King and the Sting podcast, and all his co-hosts, Delia and Eric, because Theo, that's another point. Theo's been absent, for a long time now. I don't know if you still watch it, but Theo's been in and out of the Cats studio for nigh on 6 to 8 weeks, bro. He's hardly ever there in the studio. Theo's just doing excuse me. Theo's just doing his own little this past weekend podcast, which is awesome. I love that podcast. I love Theo. I just love how he just makes shit up on the spot. Like, yeah, man, I had a friend at school and his name was Terry, and how he just ad libs, makes shit up on the spot.
Yeah, he's really good.
I love. Do you like Theo?
I love Theo. There's the theory about Theo.
Yeah,
and it's all if you join the Reddit page.
No, I'm not doing that, man. It's another fucking app I've got to do. Yuck.
But anyway,
too many apps.
But the theory about Theo is that he wants out of Cats. You can actually get that vibe even when he's on it. I haven't watched it in years, but you can get that vibe when he's on it. I haven't watched it in like 2 or 3 years. I even got that vibe like back then when I used to watch it.
Oh shit.
But the theory is he wants out, but he's locked into a really bad contract with Shaw.
Because
Shaw owns the network that does it.
Right. I must agree. I have noticed an arrogance with Shorb, just because as his stardom has increased, over the last 2 or 3 years, like you can tell he's got a lot more money. Like, he's almost got that fuck you money where he's like, I'm pretty much sorted now. I can just do whatever the fuck I want. Like everything is gravy from now on. And I get that sort of arrogant vibe that he's giving off. Plus, I agree. And it's so obvious on the show. His co-hosts are saying like, what are you fucking drinking, man? It's like 10 in the morning. And Shaw's like, oh, I'm just fucking drinking some whiskey and He's always on the nicotine fucking little gum things. But I can't talk. Like I drink when we do this podcast, but it's because it's nighttime and I like a drink. And I do vape. So I'm the biggest hypocrite ever. But I would never fucking drink at 10 in the morning. That's weird, eh?
I just found myself like getting wound up by the podcasts and then really disliking him, and then finding out about all the dirty shit that him and that Brian Callen have done to people behind the scenes. And and then verified by Brian and Brendan that they've done these things, like sued people for making fun of them. His stand-up comedy special is the worst fucking thing I've ever seen.
You watched it? Did you watch the latest one?
Yeah, I watched both of them just to see how much I'd hate them. Like, and
like good old hate watch.
I hate watched them. And so people can actually uncover the dislike counter on YouTube with a little algorithm thing, or hackers. So because it's hidden now, the dislike count. So you see how many likes a video on YouTube's got, but you can't see how many dislikes. But people have worked out how to uncover that. He's got something like 50,000 likes, and he's got something like 150,000 dislikes.
Ooh,
and it's the lowest rated comedy special on IMDb. And it's fucking true. It's so bad. He got worse at stand-up comedy.
Yes.
If you've ever watched his first one, you're like, oh, there's a couple of giggles about you. He got fucking worse.
Wow. Because I remember hearing even Rogan was saying, "Don't do it, man." Like Shaw was like, "I'm going to release a special," and Rogan was like, the first one. He's talking about the first one. Rogan's like, "Don't do it. Don't, please. You need 5 to 10 years of, hitting the straps and fucking doing shows." And Shaw's like, "No, I've got the offer. I'm going to do it." And Rogan's like, "You're an idiot. Don't do it."
Well, the theory behind Shaw is that the only reason he gets guests on his podcasts, and that he maintains the level of popularity, is because he's totally backed by Rogan. And Rogan's the most powerful comedian aside from Dave Chappelle in the world.
Rogan's massive.
Right?
He pulls so many strings, eh?
Yeah, so he pulls a lot of strings behind the scenes and opens a lot of doorways for him. And so there are comedians out there that aren't in the Rogan universe that just shit on Shaw. But anybody that's in that Rogan universe, they don't say a thing about him. Because, I don't hate him. I just had to just remove that whole thing from my life, like all of it, because I wouldn't hang out with him. I wouldn't hang out with him.
Yeah, especially because you held him at such high esteem, early on. And he's broken your wee heart, hasn't he? He's broken your wee heart.
I think you like shows and shit like that, and you just end up getting over them. But I like listening to podcasts where I think I'd like to hang out with these people, and then with Shorba now, I'm like, I wouldn't want to hang out with this fucker at all.
How do you feel about Rogan these days? Because Joel and Tim talked about this very thing as well, and I must agree with Joel. I've sort of lost a bit of shine on Rogo. He's lost a bit of shine on me.
I find it boring.
Yeah. So I'm the same as what Joel was saying. Is that I'll only sort of tune in when there's some interesting topics that I'm really keen on, or some previous guests that I know I love. Like for me, Duncan Trussell and Joe Rogan is treat. It's a treat for me. Like I love a Duncan Russell and Joe Rogan 4-hour shit talk, even though Joe Rogan talks about chimpanzees and orangutans and gorillas and monkeys way too much for my liking. But yeah, I've got to admit, I think Rogan, I've lost the gloss. He's lost the gloss. The gloss is gone. There's no gloss. It's a matte finish now. It's a matte finish for me and Rogues.
I prefer matte finishes, but I'm just trying to listen.
Nice.
I'm just trying to listen to more like homegrown podcasts, and the main podcast I listen to is Morning Combat. That because they have their epic like MMA stuff. They talk about, I love MMA. That's maybe 80% what they talk about, and then the other percent they're just talking shit and
I
making
thought that's
fun of
cool.
each other. You know.
Can we? That's a perfect segue. Should we jump into some MMA chat? I think that's a good idea.
Well, just I think we should. We've got 2 topics to cover off here, Giles. Okay. Aotearoa conspiracies.
We're building this up way too much. I know fuck all. I've seen a few documentaries. I've read a few books. I've got fuck all, but I can give some shit. Carry on.
All right. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
Oh, we're gonna no. You said there's 2 topics.
Oh,
What's the second
and we
topic?
could just do if we'll wrap up the show with some MMA chat.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
So should we jump into that first topic? But there's also other shit I want to talk about, like the Code Red and Chopes. Be cool if we play some clips from that. I want to also play clips from the same swell. So freight trains. You've seen the footage. Everyone in the surfing community has seen the footage of freight trains? Question mark? Yeah. I want to share that. So that's basically surf topic. So that's Chopes and freight trains. And also want to do a McPake's take.
You got
one? Yeah, I got something out. And I also, so there's like 5 topics there, friend.
Fucking hell, mate. I've only got 30% left on my camera.
What do you mean? There should be.
Because I use my phone as a webcam.
Just
I don't
put
have
it
a
in
webcam on PC.
Yeah, but put it in a charger.
I can't. It's like in a holder thing.
Oh, come on. This is why we might need some help, Patreon, because like Hodjo's a little bit older than me, and he has a few struggles with technology. He has a few issues, you know. He can't figure out how to share screens properly, and he can't even charge his phone when it's on fucking camera mode. How silly is that? He's a silly old sausage. He's a silly old sauce. I don't know. I can't see you, mate. So it's kind of weird. All I can see. Oh, there he is. He's back. He's back. I can see your beautiful face. You're a bit unkempt, aren't you? You're a bit unkempt. The beard needs trim, as does mine. And your hair looked a bit raggedy too earlier on.
Did I?
Did a little bit.
Yeah, it's your hair.
Well, it's non-existent pretty much. It's pretty much just a fucking couple of tufts up the front and a massive Recedo, son.
This should be our first sponsor is Better Hair or whatever the fuck they call it, Propecia. Because I've been telling you and Brooksy for fucking years now, get on to Propecias.
Listen, mate, there's a thing that me and Brooksy have in common, and it's called genetics, and you just deal with it. You know that this is the way it's going to go, and it's just part of life.
Your foreheads are so high. They're so high. I was looking at Sam's the other day and I wanted to punch him in the face just because his fucking forehead was so high. He's talking. You know when someone's talking to you and like you stop listening, but you're hearing them, but you stop listening because you're just focusing on some cunt of an aspect of their fucking head. I think you just want to punch him in the fucking face for it, eh?
Yes. I was with a customer today and they had a classic old wart right there, like a mole. You know those big moly wart things, like those big bulbous ones. It's
got
like
a little bit of a hair.
Yeah, it's like a giant circle, purple circle that's like off center of their lip and their chin, and I could just feel my eyes darting down there. And then she was looking me in the eyes, and she would have seen my eyes dart down. And then I got paranoid, and I was like, "Oh fuck! Oh, yes." Anyway, carry on. Tell me a story. Yeah, good.
It's like boobies, eh? Big pair of boobies. When you talk
so
to the
hard.
lady, and then
So hard to keep.
Look at the boobies.
Oh my god! I think that's one of the hardest things for a guy, is when you've got Tits McGee or Chesty LaRue fucking out and proud, you know, like, and especially if they've got a low cut top and it's just Cleveland Central, just full Cleveland
steamer.
And what do you do? Like you have for me, it's always an initial glance, not a stare. It's always an initial glance, as you do with any person that you encounter. It's
quick
like
squeeze.
Imagine if that's how we met people, eh? Just a quick little squeeze up, a little bum grab, a little fucking quick pash, And anyway, yeah, my name's Joel, and how you going? That'd be a nice way to introduce everyone, eh? Not fucking.
Right. We're going into Aotearoa conspiracy now, but before we do, I just want to say one good thing. Bones rang me, and I told him again the full rundown on how we got skunked on Raro.
A rundown, yeah.
YouTube
rundown. Was that a fucking
YouTube.
Raro curry? What is it?
Sorry,
Rundown.
CTE, and fucking YouTube clip coming soon too, because I actually did get some cool little
rundown
like
tubes.
go prong.
Go crew.
I got some good go prong fucking footage.
Your
Anyway,
CT's next level right now. Carry on.
Bones, he was like, I was just driving along the other day, and I just thought of you cats got skunked, and I was like, fuck yeah, you cats got skunked.
Yes, Bonos, because I've had the same moments in the car too. I've been admittedly so happy that you guys got skunked, man. It's been so good for my mental health. Eh? It actually has. I've been so pumped that I was like, yes. Oh, Jaden, fucking Brooksy got skunked. Me and Nate Smith were like messaging each other, like, yeah, those cats got skunked. That is so good.
I love that. You're like just driving along, you're like thinking about something, right? And then just there's little bubbles that slips in your head. Your mate's got skunked. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah. Those cats got skunked.
Yes, it's so good. And
That's the title. That's the title of the fucking show.
What?
Those cunts got skunked.
Yes.
Kunce. Cunts got skunked.
Yeah, perfect. Those cunts got skunked. Yeah, perfect. And like, it's so good that we admit that, because fuck, it's so satisfying, eh?
Oh,
When one of your friends gets.
I hate it when you like people go on a surf trip and they're like, yeah, it was fucking sick, eh? Like, we scored. So I might embellish like little things here and there, but you
Oh,
cannot,
do you? A little bit.
you cannot embellish like the one of the biggest mega skunkings in surf history.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm actually proud of you, because I was expecting a little bit more embellishment. You've been true to your word, really, which is quite nice, quite refreshing.
Well, I fucking go to Rara and I want 4 to 6 foot pipes at Rootux.
Yeah.
And it's just one day. Just one fucking day in 11 days.
You've been 21. You've been 21 times now, so you know it's fair
49 times I've been there, and it's happened. You know.
So anyway, the original settlers in New Zealand.
Yeah, original settlers.
So I went into a few rabbit holes, as I do. And I remember, this is years ago now, and anyone can Google this. It's I probably should have prepared a little bit of this, but basically the theory is that it all comes down to red-haired natives in New Zealand. When the first white settlers came, they noticed there was a sub-tribe somewhere in the North Island. I think it's around, I'm probably blowing this, but I feel like it's around the sort of Taupō, almost heading into Waikato region, where the early white settlers of New Zealand came in, and they found a tribe that had a lot of like red hair and fair skin. Have you never heard of these conspiracies?
No.
Oh, this is really cool. You should look into it, because it's fascinating, especially someone like yourself who's Indigenous. See, now you're gonna trump me with some wave trap images while you're sharing screen. So it just goes to show you how much you're really listening to me right now, aren't you?
I'm listening. You're
listening, but what you're doing,
tell the narrative.
But what you're doing for the audio listeners is Hodjo mid conspiracy theory. Hodjo has put up a photo of pumping wave track. So for those of you watching at home on YouTube, you can see this amazing little fucking sequence. Oh, see, now you've fucked the flow of my awesome conspiracy theory.
Sorry. I'm tuning it off.
I'm parroting. God, that's beautiful though. I would love to talk more about that. Oh, there's photos of Hodjo getting piped, the wave trap, that beautiful session that we had. On the knee even. Who's that? Shredder.
That's you.
Yeah, I know. It's been silly. Who's Chelsea again? That's a good shot.
There's a rhino out of dinner plates.
It's such a sick shot. Anyway, back to my initial chat. So basically, the theory is that some early visitors to New Zealand. I don't know if it was Captain Cookie's crew or if it was the first, the Spanish or the Dutch. No, it was the Spanish that first came.
They never landed.
The Spanish came, didn't they? But I think
the Dutch, able to.
Dutch, but the Spanies did though, didn't they? Before.
I don't know. I know of.
Oh, okay. But anyway, it was one of those early white settlers, and they noticed a tribe of pale skin natives who had strikingly red hair. And one of the conspiracy theories, and also more to back this up, in some of the videos and things I've seen, is they talk about really old sculptures and like stone placements that don't match your iwi heritage. They almost match Scandinavian Viking heritage. So the theory is that there was actually settlers in New Zealand before Māori, and it might have been the Viking because they were very amazing seafarers like yourselves. And the theory was that maybe a Viking party may have got blown off course. We're talking way off course, and and come down here because of those two main points, is that there has been visual witnesses of a sub-tribe that are fair skin and red hair. And then also they found these like crazy artifacts or like cave carvings that just didn't match Māori designs. So I would urge anyone to, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head because I'm not Googling right now, but there's it's like if you search children of the, I can't remember the last word. It's like children of the, it's like mists or valley. It's like children of the something, New Zealand. Jamie, can you pull that up? Like, can you Google that? Like children of the something.
Children of the mist?
It's something like that. Yeah. Is anything coming up with children of the mists?
For New Zealand?
Yeah.
That was the, I think that was the name that, that the colonists gave the Tuhoi tribe.
Oh, interesting.
Because Tuhoi's, such a spooky, forested, mountainous region. Yeah. And they were always very combative. They never signed the treaty.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm getting that right. And when they had their battles there, it was a police occupation there. They called them the Children of the Mist.
Fuck, if I didn't have my little wee microphone stand working, all I actually need is an Allen key that I can't. I'm too lazy. I'm literally just too lazy to go out into the garage and get an Allen key to put in there. Because
Children of the Mist was the visits the remote Urewera to explore the world of Tuhoi people. Yeah. I knew I had that right.
Can you please Google red hair, fair skinned native New Zealand conspiracy?
Red hair,
fair skin. Because I remember seeing heaps of videos.
7 foot tall.
I think they were tall.
From TVNZ has removed a documentary that claims Celts settled New Zealand thousands of years before.
Celts, that's what I'm saying. Like the Vikings, yeah.
Well, fucking who knows? Who fucking knows?
Exactly. That's why I think you got to be open to all sorts of theories. Like, who's to say that some fucking Celt / Viking seafarers didn't get blown off course and then just made their way through the Polynesian islands and found New Zealand and were like, fucking, and then they probably would have been all inbred because they only had them there in the country.
Well, they might have only been men. Like, so they just like got here, survived, and then just died because they were just men. Like, why would there be women if it was like, there wasn't a lot of women on the ships.
No, that's not true, bro. Vikings and Celtics, they had lots. Like, women were equal back, basically. Yeah, they were equal back in their cultures. They were warriors. They were Jarls. They were fucking. There was none of that female prejudice back then. Especially in the Viking days, it was all about everyone's equal, and if you're a fiery cunt, you're gonna kick ass.
Who knows? I mean, there's just such little evidence of there being anything, like real tangible evidence can't be really some like bloody conspiracy, but it's fucking interesting. The one that blows me out is Aboriginals. They were in Australia for, was it like 60 or 70,000 years?
Oh, it's something like, it's 40 at least. Yeah.
And they never just popped across the Tassie. You know what I mean? Like, it just blows me out.
Isn't it weird? I guess if you think about it, like, because they are the oldest humans, on planet Earth, aren't they?
I think no, Africa's got everybody beat. That's where you originated from.
Yes, I agree with that, but I thought Aboriginals were the oldest race on Earth. Jamie, pull it up, mate.
Who is the oldest race on Earth?
Pull it up, Jamie. I'm pretty sure it's Aboriginals.
Race. Maybe the oldest society on Earth or culture.
I don't know. Have a look. Or the oldest indigenous people.
Who's the oldest race in the Earth, in the world?
I'm sure it will say
an unprecedented DNA studies found the evidence of a single human migration out of Africa and confirmed that Aboriginal Australians are the world's oldest civilization.
There you go. The oldest civilization. So
the world's oldest civilization. So their civilization stayed the same, very similar, right up until colonization, but not the oldest peoples in the world.
I think you're right. So basically, they're not the oldest Homo sapien, but the oldest recognized civilization. And maybe because they were so isolated and they had everything that they needed, they probably just didn't feel like, exploring, I guess, because, you know what I mean? Like, they're on a massive continent. Australia is fucking massive. So they probably didn't really give a fuck about, traveling on the seas, eh?
I don't,
because they weren't really,
they
weren't really a seafaring nation, were they?
There was the Torres Islanders, the Torres Strait Islanders, and they consider themselves different to Aboriginals.
Yeah, I don't actually know much about them. Can you educate me on?
I know very little. I know very little.
Where is the Torres Strait anyway?
Up, Queensland, Darwin way, way up around there. Yeah, that's amazing. They're incredible culture. Like they were just so opposite to European ideals. That's why they just have not, done well and been treated so badly because they were like their culture is if you could, like it's literally black and white. You know what I mean? It literally is black and white in terms of skin color, but I'm talking about contrast. Their cultures are just so different.
Like for a fucking 19th century white person from England, Ireland / Scotland, Wales to come to Australia and the indigenous culture are talking about dream time, the whiteys just would have thought, oh, you guys are so dumb. You don't know what's going on. But really, in reality, dream time, they knew exactly what was going on. I feel like everyone should take a leaf out of their book because when you talk about dream time, that is such a magical thing to think about. What even is dream time, right? It's almost like it's almost like lucid dreaming. It's almost like the veil. Like they knew how to pierce the veil between reality and all the other realms, right?
incredible, man. Like I think it was born out of them doing hallucinogens off plants and snakes.
I don't know. They probably licked a few toads back in the day.
The old toads and fucking fuck yeah, boys.
Yeah,
That's
but also,
racist.
yeah,
That
I
was
just
racist.
it's just in jest, isn't it? It's a comedic skit, mate. It's a comedic skit. So, yeah, fuck. Should we move on? Because I could go deep into that.
I think we
love
could
that
go
shit.
deep on a Patreon episode. Fucking, we could
Yeah.
we could go old building corner deep.
Ooh,
Where's the place you get the deepest pit at Blaketown? Quickly, what's the spot?
For me, it's First Peak that has a double up and just rifles through to, all the way through. That's the longest barrel for me personally.
Right,
what do you think?
I'll leave it there. Corner.
Do you agree?
Corner.
Oh, do you think that's the longest?
Corner. No, deepest pit. The ones like, corner to.
Nah. See, for me, I think it's corner is such a round barrel. Well, I mean, it's just more intense where you haven't got much maneuverability in the barrel. It's just you better have that right line and the right amount of speed. Whereas I feel like First Peak has a little bit more room to maneuver yourself and stall and then navigate your speed while you're in the barrel. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You're right. Anyway,
that's right. Chelsea's fucking wrong.
51 times.
Oh, I tried to find Brendan Newton's email address or Instagram account. I can't find it. Oh,
has he gone off the radar?
He's gone, bro. I searched. Could you have a little search for me on Instagram because I couldn't find any Brendan Newtons. I know he's still doing his podcast, so maybe there's a contact me on his podcast channel.
The Grey Space.
The Grey Space, which I've sort of gone off the boil. I listened to the first maybe the 10 of them, but I'm all about mental health.
Yeah.
But when every episode is about mental health, fuck, it affects my mental health. You know what I mean?
It grinds you on your way.
It fully does.
His last post was
on Instagram or the
Grey Space Pod.
Oh, he's got a Grey Space Pod. I just searched his name. My bad.
May 27, 8 weeks ago.
Okay.
So he might be. Brendan's got OCD. He's poor bugger's. Really doing it tough. But he's got a great family. He's a fuck cool dude. We've met him, and a bit of a legend of the sport. And we'd love to have him on one day. That'd be sick.
That is my challenge, Grey Space. What's his Instagram handle?
The Grey Space Pod.
The Grey Space Pod. Okay, cool.
All right, everybody's switched off now. Dead air.
Why? No, they're probably on their phones searching at the same time. The Grey Space Pod. Thank you.
Yeah, I think our number one guest, like forever, would be fucking Beef TV, eh?
Oh, what do you mean, number one? We should just message him. He'd probably be keen, I reckon.
I would love to get him on. We've got to get one of the Kiwi boys on our next one as well.
Yeah, I've got a few irons in the fire actually. So I'll try and link something up in the next 2 or 3 weeks. But going back to what you said initially at the start, fuckers, man, you get the guest for free when you get the guest for free.
Oh, fucking you throw up a shacker. I'm going to take a screenshot for your Instagram story.
Oh, that's dead air. That's what we're calling dead air, mate. Eh? This is called dead air. Throwing up shuckers for a fucking photo op.
Fuck up, mate.
So, shall we share some fucking we'll just talk about the chope swell, the red, the amazing swell that you didn't get a snifter of when you were in Raro. That was fucking nuts, wasn't it? It was crazy. It wasn't very friendly, user friendly. Fuck, it looked so scary. It was super steppy, super hectic. Oh my God, some of those waves. Are you going to bring something up, Jamie? Because I can if you want.
You go for it, bro.
Okay, you have a little chat while I put my mic down. And I'll bring something up.
Yeah, so I
And
mean
share
the just like what they were saying is that no boats could go out in the channel out to Chopes during the swell, and because it was code red swell, so the harbour master wasn't letting anybody go out, and they even the jet skis even weren't allowed to go out either, but they let the jet skis go out just because they knew all the boys or whatever. And then so there was only 2 filmers in the channel during the what's going on there? What are you sharing, mate? Jesus, you're booming it.
It's gone weird on me.
Anyway, so I think a lot of the waves that got ridden went unfilmed. And so it just shows you how fucking nuts these cunnies are, that they're willing to do it even without having proper filming in place. Like they were just doing it for the love, like pulling the 30-foot fucking mega slabs,
Can you see this?
Yeah, it's real chippy though, my brass.
Oh, damn it. It looks super clean on my
Just turn it off, mate, and when I edit, I'll just chuck some stuff in via editing.
Oh, yeah, sweet. Well, it's just like...
Oh my God.
The highest...
Is he dead? Is he dead? Is he fucking dead?
Crazy. We're just looking at a video of a guy...
Grab your microphone, dum-dum. Boom, boom.
Oh, sorry. We're just having a look at a video of a guy at Chopes who was just he was on a surfboard and he was going goofy footer, and he was on like a crazy big wave, like 30 foot, and he just rode the highest line and just got lipped, sucked over the falls. But then
you would have taken a better line, eh, Joss?
I would have. And then the other video I wanted to share was the freight trains session. Oh shit! Hang on.
Oh yuck, mate! So chippo. I'll just check it in. What's going on? Just gay as fucking.
What do you mean?
What are you doing?
Relax, bro. This one here. Have you seen this little slow-mo vid of a bug at freight trains?
Freight trains.
See it?
Oh yeah.
That wave looks so West Coasty almost, I reckon. It looks just like the sickest lengthy right-hand tube, but it's just the color of the wave reminds me of here. And
wait till you see this. Sorry, carry on, bro.
No, you're right. I'd finished, but pretty much. Carry on.
You wait till you see this drone video that we took of a wave at the Rarotongan.
Yeah.
The drone is way above the wave, so it makes it look like only like maybe 10 to 15 foot. It's hard to tell.
Brooksy, get down closer to it, mate. I'm such a pussy.
I saw it from the beach. The lip was 6 foot thick. Like it was so fucking psycho. Whoa. It was the most psycho wave I've ever seen. Just as we put the drone out there, it was fucking incredible to watch, man.
Wow.
It was, and it spat. It looked just like Chopes. It looked just like Chopes.
So you didn't know about the secret spot around the corner that you probably could have scored that day?
Nah. Oh no, we went and checked that and we got scared. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was only 3 foot, bit too big for us.
Oh yeah. What's happened this weekend, matey? What are you up to? I've had some good waves around here, I've got to say, bro. Actually, sorry. No, you tell me what you're up to this weekend, and then I'll tell you a little story. You'll be just cruising, enjoying the fruits of your new whare.
Yeah, once I'm settled in here, I'll be coming over to the coast in my van and camping in Giles's driveway.
You can get your towel back, eh? So let's have a chat about this towel for the viewers back home who are watching. There's a weird towel here that Hodjo left at my house. It's got a tui on there. You probably want that back for Tuza. It's got a Tuza on there, and it's got some Pahutakawa leaves, and it's lovely little New Zealand motifs. But anyway, Hodjo left it here, so I thought, I'll chuck it in the wash, So I chucked his towel in the wash. give it a good wash, give it a good dry. And then I was like, oh, I'll use that. I'm going to go for a surf. So I went for a surf, came in, grabbed Hodjo's towel, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to really enjoy wiping this all over me balls and me scrotum, me balls and me scrotum, and me gooch, ass, penis, and armpits.
Sorry,
and when I was wiping the towel around me to dry myself, I could smell something. I was like, oh. It's a smell. What is this smell? It's weird. So I picked up the towel and I brought it to my big old snozzer and I had a big old sniff. I was like, ugh, this towel stinks, man. Yuck. And then I was thinking, is this like a Hodjo stench that's like permeated into the fibers, like some sort of gross man odor? Like it smelled like pungers and old socks, like weird smells, man. So washed it again and still stinks, man. So come get your stinky towel back, bro, because it stinks like you.
I was at Lighthouse Reef years ago and there was a massive crew of us there.
And where, sorry? Down Timmers.
Lighthouse Reef.
Yeah.
And there was a massive crew of us. We all got out of the water at the same time. Wellesley was there, and Wellesley is the ringleader, paying people out.
Alpha male, Wellesley just fucking getting into it.
Before I'd went out in the water, I took a real squelchy shit.
Where, like on the bush somewhere?
Yeah, like on below the cliffs. Oh. You ever been there?
Yeah, I have. I've never surfed. Never surfed there.
But like real squelchy shit under the fucking cliffs there, like hidden away. And I came in and I could tell I still had, because I got a big bum, I could tell I had those like swazzy stains in my crack.
Oh,
right? And it was a white towel. And everybody's paying each other out. And I was like, and I was fucking, there was a crew of surfers there that like from Christchurch that never went to that place.
Yeah.
And I was like Delta and like Wellesley was paying people out. Anyway, I wasn't thinking, and I did the old bum swipe with the towel, and it was a white one.
Ooh.
And Wellesley goes, "Oh, is that shit?"
Oh no, you had a skin wipe. Oh,
yeah, like I just played up. I just played it. So I was like, yeah.
You should have chased. You should have chased. Should have chased around with it with the beers.
Fuck, I should tell that story. I'm going to hold on to the story, but I should tell the story of the time that I got kicked in the chest. This is true. That I got kicked in the fucking chest by a local at Lighthouse because Brooksy took a shit right on the change spot where the locals get changed.
Man, that is such a good story. I've heard this before. It's so good.
And then he took Nate Smith's shoes, took the shit with a stick, stuffed the shit into Nate Smith's shoes, took Brooksy's car keys, and shoved them in the shit.
Oh my God.
And I know to this day, if I stood up after he kicked me, they were all going to fuck me up. Like there was about 5 of them and I was by myself while the guys were out in the water. Like to this day, I was like, "This is the most dangerous fucking situation I've ever been in." Eh? They were rearing to go. They wanted to fuck me up.
Don't fuck with the Timaru locals, my bro.
Yeah.
That's probably enough to tell that story, isn't it? You've told it, really.
Yeah.
You could have fleshed it out though. Made it a fucking half an hour epic.
But there's so much backstory to that.
Oh yeah.
There's like a 2-year saga.
True.
We should get Wellesley for that episode.
Yeah. Now that's definitely a Wellesley
episode.
Wellesley episode. I just saw him yesterday. We went for a sauna and a swim and a spa and a suck off at Greymouth Pools. He comes over every sort of 4 to 6 weeks for work, and we always catch up for a sawn sesh and a chin wag, and we always do a little competition to see how far we can go underwater holding our breaths, which is fun. I can do a length and a third at the moment holding my breath, which is not too bad for an old fucking asthmatic vape smoking drone. So I don't know how long the pool is. Is it 25 meters, the pool in Greymouth? I guess it would be. That's standard pool length, eh?
Yeah,
25 meters. So I guess I do 25, 50 minus probably like, I don't know, 60 odd meters underwater, holding my breath. It's good. Fuck, I love a sauna, mate. Oh, how's this for a yarn? Went for a sauna after a surf on Saturday or Sunday, right? It's, I love it, right? So super freezing cold.
Best thing about Blaketown in winter, mate.
Oh my God. Like, how good is it? You go for a freezing cold surf and you can either go home and have a shower or a bath, which is instant heat, or you can go to the town bars, go to the sauna and just fucking have this awesome roast up where you're freezing cold and then boom, it just instantly like hits you and you're like, oh yeah, it feels so good. And then it just slowly gets hotter and hotter and hotter. And then all of a sudden you're sweating and it's just
so good.
Fuck, it's so good for you. Yeah, that's right. So I had the surf last weekend and I was like, right, sweet, go to the pools. Get to the pools. I get into the sauna and it just felt super lukewarm. I was like, what the fuck? And I looked at the temperature gauge and it said like 45 Celsius. I was like, oh, that's bullshit. It should be between like 70 and 80 and to get a real steam up. And I was like, oh, what? And I could see a lady coming towards me and I was like, she came into the sauna and she said, oh, sorry, we only just opened about at 11 o'clock this morning. And we only just turned on the sauna about 20 minutes ago. And I was like, oh, okay. How long does it take to warm up? And she said, oh, yeah, it might take a while. And I was like, oh, could you crank some water on the coals, the hot coals? And she's like, yeah, sweet. So she put a bit of water on, didn't really do much. 10 minutes later, I'm not even sweating. I go out there and I approach another guy. Can you put some water on the coals? He does that as well. I was in there for 20 minutes. It was shit house.
Oh,
didn't even get a sweat on. So I went and had a spa and that was way nicer. Anyway, long story short, I was at home later on that evening. I was messaging Loey and I said to Loey that I went for a sauna after my surf this morning. And I said how shit the sauna was. And then he rings me up instantly and he goes, he's just laughing on the phone. I was like, what are you laughing at, bro? And he's like, someone died in that sauna the day before.
Oh,
I was like, oh, what the fuck? So that's why they had opened late and the sauna wasn't open because someone fucking died in there the day before.
Oh my God.
And I was probably the first one in there the next day. Isn't it? It's kind of creepy, man.
It's creepy, mate.
And hey, rest in peace, mate. Rest in peace, man. Hey.
Hope you okay, mate. Well, you're not
hey,
okay,
mate.
man. You did, mate. Sorry.
Hey, imagine if he went to hell though. Like he's already fucking getting cooked up. He's already cooked up, and he goes to hell. He's like, oh, fuck, still fucking cooked up. Still in the sauna. Okay, UFC chat, and then we'll wrap it up. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
So we've missed a few cards. There's been a lot of action, but I'm just really pumped, really, about Kaikara this weekend against Moreno, man. That's all I'm pumped about, bro. What are your thoughts?
Okay, KH gets it done. I think that he's learned so much from in the last few years compared to Moreno, and that he believes in himself, his techniques, everything has just like increased twofold. He's such a better fighter, and I think he's going to get it done.
Wow, I would disagree on the comment that you just said, which was he's such a better fighter. I don't think he is such a better fighter. I think they're so even. And that's all good. It's fine to disagree with me. I think they're very even. I actually watched their last fight together and I've done a little bit of research and fuck, I feel like KKF is going to get the win and I'm going to be putting on a few bets. Don't you fucking worry about that. I'm going to put a little fucking money on the old KKF, my bros. And I'm going to do a few little things, a few little bets, definitely on the nose to win and then probably maybe choose a round and which way he either submits or TKO. He's definitely not going to submit. You never know though. And I'll probably do a multi as well. Probably I'm going for Penner as well against Nunes.
Shit.
For a repeat. So I might do a little multi on him and her and maybe one of the earlier fights. But back to the main fight for me, which is KKF versus Moreno. Oh, it's going to be such a good fight. It's going to be such a good fight. I feel like Moreno's got an advantage on the ground, my bro. He is sharp when it comes down to on the ground game.
Okay, you look at who KKF is
training with.
Beaten
in
the last 2 fights. Cody Garbrandt, who had dropped down in weight class, who's got crazy power, who's probably past it. Just wait.
Yeah.
Okay,
so that means nothing.
Wait.
That means nothing.
Wait.
Means nothing.
But
and then it was that old fucking Russian wrestler guy.
Not old. The
Pretty
number
old,
one ranked.
man.
No, the number one ranked.
Yeah, but he's
fighter next to Moreno and Figueiredo.
Seasoned veteran.
And he had never lost. KKF had taken his O. Okay, and he was the Dagestani wrestler from how he's a better wrestler than Moreno.
Yeah. Way better
and
wrestler.
KKF dealt with him.
But Moreno's not a wrestler. Moreno is more of a jiu-jitsu
more of a grappler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but Moreno dealt with a much more dangerous ground opponent than Moreno. Okay, they're more equal in striking with Moreno and KKF.
Yes.
But I think that KKF knows how to deal with adversity now.
KKF,
when he beat that Pantoja guy, the guy that had his back for like the whole first round, it was pretty much submitting him, and he just stayed calm because he's doing that underwater breathing, like training with Izzy, and he was like, I stay calm even in the worst situation. He got him off in the last 20 seconds and knocked him the fuck out because he's a totally different fighter now. I think they both are totally
different fighters.
I think Moreno's still the same.
Oh, interesting.
That's
okay,
what I think.
yeah. But I'm backing Kai. And to be honest, I think KKF is a hard acronym to say. It's like too many KKFs. It's just, I think just Kai is better to say, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say Kai from now on. Kai is, I'm backing him 100%. I'm 100% behind him, but it's going to be tough. And I won't be surprised if Moreno wins. That's my thoughts.
I'll be gutted if he does, and I will be surprised.
Oh, okay. Cool.
No, I will be surprised.
It's good to hear your thoughts on that. It's different to mine. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be super even. Yeah, there we go. And Painter and Nunes. Do you think Nunes gets it?
Yeah, probably. Unless she just doesn't want it.
I don't think she wants it, man. I think she's happy. She's got her kid, her and her lover, her and her partner, wife, sorry. Her and her wife are happy. They've got a little toddler, and I just don't think there's the fucking like Painter says, like who's got the biggest ovaries on the night, and I reckon it's going to be Painter. I
Don't know, We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
If you were gonna bet, you're gonna put money on Nunes though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's just got too many weapons, and if she didn't show up at that fight, if she shows up, she's got a deal to her.
I would have to agree. If Nunes shows up, she's gonna win. But I think if Nunes is at fucking 80 or 85%, I think it's Painter, bro. I think Painter's gonna get that big ovary shit, man.
Come on, mate.
She's gonna bust an egg on that ass, mate.
Oh.
Bust an egg. Imagine if chicks. No. Seriously, I want to talk about. Imagine if chicks could bust an egg.
I'm going.
No, don't leave.
I'm gonna put my daughter to bed.
I want to talk about eggs and busting.
Matt, you're like Brendan Shaw, you're drunk.
At least I'm not talking over the top of you all the time.
Yeah, I got to work on that. I apologize.
Oh, I don't think you do it too bad anymore. I think you've learnt well. You've adjusted nicely. It's all about the pace and flow, you might say. Pace and flow. Hey, Joel.
Marathon episode, but we missed doing this, didn't we?
Hey, it's been 2 hours. We needed to have a good old fashioned debrief. The listeners would appreciate it, mate, wouldn't they? They would. And Joel mentioned that he really enjoyed my wrap up of the last episode with that big old fart. So he said, please do more farts. And I wish I could, because there's nothing in the chamber right now. So on that note, thank you for the Swoo listeners. We love you. We love you.
We love you.
We're not gonna charge you a cent until at least episode
of years.
Until at least episode 50. You got a free run, okay?
All 13 million of years.
You got a free run, okay?
Okay.
Tall poppy syndrome.
Man Swoo breaks up for creative differences because this cunt wants all the money.
You know me, I'm not very materialistic. I have broken Venetian blinds. I don't care.
I feel like we should rename our podcast to Broken Venetian Blinds. Sort it out, mate. Get your life together. Fuck.
See? There you go. Don't need to. It's functional. All right. Okay. I better let you go.
Okay, mate.
I better let you go.
Okay, mate.
Okay, mate. See you later.
Okay, mate.
Okay, mate.
Okay, mate.
Okay, mate.
Okay, mate.
Okay, mate.
Okay.